Why do we freeze? You know the feeling. You have something to say in a meeting, an idea you know is good, but you hesitate. And in that hesitation, the moment passes. You tell yourself, next time. But why does this happen? Here's the truth they don't tell you. That hesitation isn't a character flaw. It's not a lack of confidence. It's biology. And once you understand the biology, you can hack the system. Meet your amygdala. It's a small, almond-shaped structure deep in your brain. Its job? To detect threats. It's your 24/7 security system, constantly scanning for danger. The problem is, your amygdala can't tell the difference between a physical threat, like a tiger chasing you, and a social threat, like speaking up in a meeting or making a cold call. To your brain, rejection feels like physical danger. Here's what happens. Sensory information goes first to the thalamus. From there, it splits. One path goes to the neocortex, your thinking brain, for logical analysis. But the faster path goes directly to the amygdala, arriving milliseconds earlier. Daniel Kahneman, Nobel Prize-winning psychologist, calls these System 1 and System 2. System 1 is fast, intuitive, emotional. System 2 is slow, deliberate, logical. In moments of perceived threat, System 1 wins, every time. Researcher Joseph LeDoux found that the amygdala can trigger a fear response before the visual cortex has even fully processed what you're seeing. Your body reacts before your mind understands why. This brings us to the 3-second rule. Research suggests you have approximately 3 seconds before your amygdala fully activates and your prefrontal cortex, your rational brain, gets temporarily sidelined. After those 3 seconds, your amygdala starts feeding you reasons to stay safe. It generates catastrophic predictions. What if I embarrass myself? What if they say no? What if I'm not good enough? None of these are facts, they're fear responses. Neuroscience confirms. When the amygdala perceives a match to a threatening stimulus, it triggers the HPA axis, the fight or flight response, and hijacks rational brain function. You literally lose access to higher reasoning in that moment. So how do we interrupt this hijack? Technique number 1. Tactical breathing, also known as box breathing. It's used by Navy SEALs to maintain focus in life or death situations. Here's why it works. Conscious deep breathing activates the vagus nerve, which signals your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system, to override the fight or flight response. It literally tells your amygdala, we're safe. Stand down. According to National Geographic, breathwork can start to regulate cortisol in moments, overriding our fight or flight response and offering a quick fix in times of stress. This isn't woo-woo, it's physiology. Technique number 2. Pre-performance routines. Elite athletes don't rely on being in the zone, they build routines to get there. Research published in Frontiers in Psychology confirms that preparatory routines help athletes block out distractions and regulate performance thoughts, actions, and emotions. These routines are learned and practiced to allow motor processes to run with minimal conscious interference. In one case study, an 18-year-old basketball player saw her free throw percentage drop from 70% to 40% under pressure. The issue? No consistent pre-performance routine. After developing a routine, including quick relaxation, visualization, and verbal cues, her accuracy returned to 65% under competitive stress. Here's how to build your own 3-second routine. Step 1. Breathe. 1 deep inhale, slow exhale. Step 2. Use a cue word, something like focus, go, or commit. Step 3. Act immediately, within 3 seconds. Technique number 3. Cognitive diffusion. This comes from acceptance and commitment therapy, or ACT. The goal isn't to eliminate negative thoughts, it's to change your relationship with them. A core principle of CBT and ACT is this. Feelings are real, but they aren't always true. Just because you feel like a failure doesn't mean you are one. Just because you feel anxious doesn't mean danger is present. Here's a practical exercise. Instead of thinking, I'm a failure, add a prefix. I'm having the thought that I'm a failure. Notice the difference? You're no longer fused with the thought. You're observing it. That tiny shift creates space, and in that space, you regain choice. ACT uses a metaphor. Imagine you're driving a bus. Your negative thoughts are rowdy, annoying passengers. They shout directions, they criticize, they demand you stop. Your job isn't to kick them off, it's to keep driving toward what matters. You can't control the passengers, but you control the wheel. Research shows that therapy improves mental health outcomes for 70% of individuals. These techniques, identifying, challenging, and replacing negative thoughts, aren't just positive thinking. They're evidence-based interventions. Research shows that therapy improves mental health outcomes for 70% of individuals. These techniques, identifying, challenging, and replacing negative thoughts, aren't just positive thinking. They're evidence-based interventions. The 3-second system. Speaker, Vo, so let's bring it all together. The 3-second system has 3 pillars. 1. Interrupt the hijack with breath. 2. Focus with a pre-performance routine. 3. Reframe with cognitive diffusion. Use all 3, and you're not just fighting self-doubt, you're rewiring your brain. Here's the takeaway. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's not a personality trait reserved for the lucky few. Confidence is a skill. It's the result of learning to act before your amygdala convinces you not to. Today, I challenge you. Identify one thing you've been hesitating on. It doesn't have to be huge. Send that email, start that project, have that conversation. When the impulse comes, you have 3 seconds. Breathe, cue, act. That's it. Drop it in the comments. What's one thing you're committing to act on today? Let this community hold you accountable. Subscribe for more science-backed strategies to master your mind. And remember, doubt grows in the gap. Close the gap.